Welcome to MEP 2013. Hello and welcome to the 38th biannual international session of the Model European Parliament. This year, for only the second time, it's being held in the UK, and lovely for us at Wymondham College, our school, in the fine city of Norwich.
It was clear from the start that nobody was particularly keen on mingling, each country dividing into its own small group.
Luckily though, the college provided a range of sporting activities that acted as a great icebreaker and encouraged them to socialise.
This is very important, as teamwork in committees is crucial for creating good resolutions. Behind me, I've got badminton, table tennis and volleyball taking place.
But Will, what do the delegates actually do while they're here?
The Model European Parliament is really about the committee meetings that spread over 3 days, and basically what the delegates do is they debate and discuss the key issues to their resolution, and then they formulate this resolution with their ICs, which are introductory clauses, and they are the outline of the problems, and then their OCs, the operative clauses, which are the solutions, and then they take these to the GA and they have a big debate, usually lasts for about an hour, and they rigorously defend their resolution and hopefully get it passed.
Yes, these committees are made up of 15 different delegates from different countries, and these committees will form their resolutions. Delegations are the countries they come from, and these will be voting together in the GA.
So as the first day draws to a close, I am now about to go off to Norwich Airport and pick up the Greek delegation. So we've just arrived at Norwich Airport and the Greek delegation have just landed. We're here with the head of the Greek delegation. This is
Stelios.
What do you think you'll get out of MEP?
It's a very exciting experience. We think that this will help us improve our English or interact with people from all over the world in order to gain experiences to move on with our studies and stuff.
But the Model European Parliament is not just about that. It's also about socialising. It's also about making networks across Europe. This is important for us, as we are the future of Europe.
We are sure everyone will enjoy the week, and it's an honour to welcome you to Norwich Model European Parliament 2013.
So it's day 2 of Model European Parliament, Norwich 2013, and here we are in London. We've just arrived at the House of Parliament, as you can see behind me, and we're now just about to go in.
Sadly, security doesn't allow filming inside Parliament, but rest assured the experience was thoroughly intriguing.
We moved swiftly on through to Portcullis House, where we were greeted by the Speaker of the House of Commons, the Right Honourable Mr John Bercow.
If we in Parliament want to be respected by young people, we must show some respect for young people. Enjoy yourselves, good luck and best wishes for the future. Thank you very much.
This has been a fantastic opportunity for the European delegates to see the insides of British Parliament and British politics and to see really how it all works. Well, considering the guest speaker here today is Mr John Bercow, Will has gone to find him so we can get an interview with him.
Where's the other Will? Where is this great man?
He's gone off to ask a few questions.
There he is.
How would you suggest that European youths could voice their opinions and their views in politics today?
Through social media, Facebook, Twitter, social networking sites, young people needn't feel silenced anymore. The essence of politics is resolving conflict and arbitrating between conflicting interests. I always say to people, whether you like politics or not, it will affect your life. Young people can make a difference, therefore it's worth taking an interest. I hope over a period, initiatives like the Model European Parliament will serve to bring to the attention of a lot of young people whom it's escaped before the fact that there is a thing called politics, what it's about, and why it matters. It's a joy to welcome you, and I'm really pleased. Wish you well. Okay.
So far, the day has been fantastic.
Here, there could be so many young people who could actually be politicians in their respective countries at the time. So it makes those friendships and those bonds that could pay dividends in the future. Absolutely.
What a great morning we've had so far, Will. So where are we now?
So we've just had a quick dash across London, and now we're here at Westminster School for the opening ceremony of MEP.
And essentially what's going to happen, here on the podium, the heads of the delegations are going to be making their opening speeches, and also we're going to hear from some ambassadors of the model European Parliament who are going to be talking to the delegations as a whole. It's the opening ceremony.
As you know, we are not in a debating contest. We are here to look for solutions together. Have a very good week, and don't forget to have fun also. Thank you.
Mr. President.
Excellencies, distinguished guests,
Ladies and gentlemen.
members of the MEPs, members of the model European Parliament, fellow delegates, ladies and gentlemen.
There's one British legend that has shaped the European cultural environment more than any other. This figure of whom I speak? Mr. Bean.
I'm sure one day you will all come to Austria and we will welcome you with open arms. There is one aspect where we Czechs outshine any other country, our beer consumption. As Julius Caesar said, Belgians are the bravest among all. 1,000 years ago, our ancestors, the Vikings, plundered and pillaged in this beautiful country.
When we came here, we still had to make a Facebook check-in in every Starbucks we ever saw, because we have nothing of that in Estonia. We have no Starbucks, we have no Primark, we have no H&M, we have nothing. Like, seriously.
It wouldn't be that sad, because otherwise there wouldn't be 2 delegations from Estonia and you wouldn't get a chance to spend time with 10 awesome Estonians.
The Finnish delegation looks forward to discuss with you, learn with you, and get to know you in the committee meetings.
That's why Thomas Jefferson once said, "Every man has 2 countries, his own and France."
With the words of a real German European, finally, we are all sitting in one boat.
Desperate times do not really demand desperate measures, but they do demand heroes.
I truly hope this week will be as productive as it is enjoyable for all of you.
Our weapons are not swords, but words. All business, in this case resolutions, must be done before the basketball match.
We are all different and build a unity characterized by variety.
The Portuguese delegation wishes you the very best for what will be a truly superb week ahead. Obrigado.
How have you found the morning so far in London?
It was very interesting and very beautiful, and I learned a lot.
And here I have Mark from the Dutch delegation.
What have you found of it so far? How have you found London this morning?
I found it actually fantastic. I've never been to London, so this is my first time. So you all look around and see everything.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
No, wait, I've had one other question.
You can ask.
You can't just do that. Mark, from a Dutch perspective, what do you think you're going to get out of this week?
Mainly the experience.
Yeah.
You have to meet everyone. You have to talk to everyone and learn what their traditions are and learn their cultural differences.
Do you think this will make it more difficult?
Well, it's more difficult, but when you achieve it, it's lots more fun.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Key part of MEP is all the delegates integrating into their committees nice and smoothly.
This tool essentially comprised of some of London's greatest landmarks, and it also offers the delegates an opportunity to really see London culture at its finest, and also to integrate and to truly break the ice. So the guided tour has led us here to just outside the National Gallery, and we are standing in front of Nelson's Column, one of the most iconic landmarks in the whole of London.
Yes, we've had our first full day of MEP here in London, and the delegates are really starting to integrate with each other and getting to know everyone within their committees.
The news of the death of Lady Thatcher has added a poignancy to what's already an emotional occasion here at the opening ceremony.
So, Will, is there any particular etiquette and protocol that runs in the committee meeting?
Indeed there is, Will. To be precise, in the committee meetings, the delegates must raise their placard, which has their country name on, before they're allowed to speak. And then they are chosen by the President to speak, and they must respond with, "Thank you, Madam President," or "Thank you, Mr. President."
Czech Republic.
Thank you, Mr. President. The committee president is really good and makes everyone speak.
You respect her, you say all the time, Madam President, thank you, Madam President. But you also
when you don't forget.
Yeah.
And the whole idea of the committee meetings is they represent and emulate the actual foreign diplomacy in the real EU Parliament. Let's go check it out. The first committee meeting is just finished, and here we have Constance from the French delegation, who's on the Committee of Foreign Affairs. And what issues have been raised so far?
We talked about international conflicts and what is the role of the EU in the international conflicts.
We're here with Lottie and Georgia from Belgium and Italy.
Have there been any conflicts or controversies in your committee?
Well, actually, there was a conflict between Hungary and Cyprus. Then we got a common agreement.
We had a very nice day in London yesterday. Did you enjoy yourselves?
Yes, I enjoyed it myself because I met a lot of new friends.
We know a lot of things about London, how we learn in Belgium, that we have learned in Belgium, and now we see that's all in real life.
Your opinion can be changed in a committee as fast as that.
We're trying to keep the culture of each nation in their education systems while making sure that they're of a standard that's approvable by the EU.
The first committee meetings have truly been a fantastic exhibition of diplomacy, and it's been great to see all the delegates getting involved.
The delegates are now going to get some expert advice on their resolutions from experts brought in by the college, especially for MEP.
How did the meeting match up to those expectations?
I think it went really, really well. I got some interesting questions and interesting feedback and follow-on questions. So
Yeah, I wasn't quite sure actually what I was going to get. You know, I was very well briefed by Wymondham College. I must say, good job, Wymondham College. Incredibly intelligent, well thought out questions, and hopefully I gave them some responses that will help them take forward their resolution to the debate later in the week.
So, Dr. Reid, could you explain to yourself your role in MEP this year as an expert?
I've got a lot of political experience about thinking about real policy questions.
May I just say, off the camera, I just realised that you are the famous celebrity almost that I saw on stage. So it's awesome to meet you as well.
I was completely overwhelmed with their intelligence, challenging questions, and their involvement in the debate as well. I think it's been a fantastic initiative. If any of those 15 people applied for a job in Suffolk County Council, I'd appoint them. They were fantastic.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure.
Talking to you. Thank
Good
you.
to meet you. My pleasure.
We're here at Norwich Castle for the Civic Reception.
We're about to be received by Mr. Ian Monson. He is the chairman of the Norfolk County Council. The day is not over yet.
Civic Reception is underway. It's just down here, all the delegates are mingling. It's been quite fun so far.
Yeah, it should be a fantastic night. Where are you from?
From Paris.
Paris.
So
fantastic. And what do you think the significance of hosting a civic reception here is in the Norwich Castle? Are you excited to be here?
I'm sorry,
you don't know?
Yes, it's amazing, and the place is really nice.
So, are you having a good evening?
Yeah, quite nice.
What does it feel like to be the Queen? So, Mr. President, what is the significance of this occasion to you?
I think we should save this momentous occasion for a later date when I'm feeling slightly more representable.
Being the President, why are you not wearing the crown?
I like to share my power.
Share the wealth. So who is this honourable gentleman?
This is Julia Dundee.
Yes?
No, I beg your pardon, I'm Queen Victoria. Where are my 7 children?
Who is this other honourable gentleman?
This is my Vice President, Louis Eastwood.
King Richard Lionheart.
King Richard the Lionheart Eastwood.
Yep.
What do you think the significance of being in this momentous venue is?
I think it's significant because this was my castle at one point, wasn't it?
Well, it's been an honour to meet you all. It's been an honour to meet you all.
Cheers.
Thank you very much.
No. You have to kiss my hand.
And my feet.
My feet.
Oh.
My feet.
You've gone from being really serious to just doing this.
Mount the
Why did you get that on camera?
What's his name?
He's tired.
He doesn't look particularly tired. Is that how you treat all your horses?
We're not putting this.
We all have a responsibility to try and make our respective countries better places for the generations that come after us. On behalf of the people of the County of Norfolk and the City of Norwich, I hope that you enjoy your time this week in our fine city.
So there you have it. After a lovely evening in this beautiful setting, Councillor Ian Monson said it's not about building castles, but about building relationships.
MEP 2013!
It's a pleasure to be here now with the President of this session of the Model European Parliament, Mr. Marcus Turner.
I've got to say, my expectations are always high, and fortunately they've always been met, and I think that certainly is no exception here.
Grace, what is your position in the Model European Parliament?
I'm the Vice President of the General Assembly.
Do you feel confident so far?
Yeah, no, it's really good. We have an amazing team of committee presidents, which I think makes a real difference.
You do find times, especially when I'm sitting in on a meeting and perhaps it's not going particularly well, every bone in your body is aching to weigh in, but that's not my job.
It's been a really high profile thing, and I think that's the important thing, to show that it in itself is taken seriously.
I can't remember the committee meetings, I can't necessarily remember the resolutions, but I do remember every single person I've met.
Meeting people from other countries really changes your perspective on things, and has really shaped me as an individual.
You do actually make friends really for life.
I'm from Romania, just moved to Austria and represent the Czech Republic, so it's a great mixture. And I miss all my friends from Romania, of course. And just watching the photos on Facebook, it's just touching in a way.
What sort of photos would you like? What sort of videos?
Myself and also all the people that that sounds selfish, of course. Well, myself and also the friends that I've met in those 6 months.
Probably someone will create a Facebook group and we'll join it, and then we'll keep in touch.
Yeah.
It's a big happy family.
Every conference I said to myself, this can't get any better, but in the end it always does. I think I'm very lucky to join such a fantastic program.
MEP 2013!
So here we are at the UEA, outside the Sainsbury's Visual Arts Centre, for an evening of high culture and great art. The committee meetings are over and the GA is finally within sight.
And it's also an interesting experience and a fantastic cultural event to see not just some local art from here in Norwich, but some global art also.
Well, we haven't had Wi-Fi in Wyndham all week, so now we're just checking up on social media, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, everything.
Yeah. And like we have so many messages, so it's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
We're doing Dutch and Italian lessons.
So she is teaching me Italian.
And he's teaching me Dutch actually.
And it's going quite well actually.
Yeah, he's very good. We're gonna visit each other's countries.
Of course we are.
So this is my 3rd MEP session I'm taking part in. I don't want to never ever do that what they are doing.
It's very stressful to do this just for 1 weekend. To do it for the whole life, it would be very stressful. But like he already said, I really like and enjoy the chance to learn other nations' about other nations.
Do they come to you? But they aren't coming now. Can we come? Yes, I've done my job. Unbelievable that they are full.
Committee President here is clearly enjoying the evening, so do you think Committee President's different from being a delegate?
A different experience, but really a great experience as well.
And also, aside from that, you're sporting a very nice pair of shoes today, so what's the origin behind the shoes?
Excuse me, I like shoes in general. If you want, you can see my socks as well.
Yeah, apparently you have funky socks. Oh, they're very cool.
Quite a few delegates have been commenting on it, so
it's cool. It's cool.
It's been fun.
It's individual.
It's an icebreaker.
Yeah.
I've just proposed to this lovely girl named Grace, and I'm a delegate from the MEP, Modern European Parliament, and she's a vice president.
So
really,
he's marrying up, basically.
Yeah.
That's basically what's going on.
In Denmark, we have this thing. We hand, like when we propose, instead of a ring, we just use this nice glove, usually made by our own mother.
Is that true? Did your mum make this?
No, Anton's mom did.
Good morning, it's Thursday, and after an early start on the coach, where some of the delegates took the opportunity to catch a few Z's, and some of the delegates let their excitement known, we're now here at Wymondham College in Cambridge. We've been introduced by Dr. Bell, who will later be making some admissions presentations to the delegates in order to give them a real sense of what it means and how difficult it is to really get into Cambridge.
Yeah, we've just had a look around at Cambridge College. We went in the library and it was all really, really interesting and really beautiful. All the architecture is amazing.
Yeah, the college is really, really beautiful, and all the people here are really friendly, and it's been a very, very informative trip.
After splitting up into their delegations and venturing out into various cafes around Cambridge, we thought it only right to drop in on a few and see how it was going.
Over die, dus, en dat moet ervoor zorgen dat het mensen...
It's Committee on Monetary Affairs with the capital letter and Fiscal Affairs with the capital letter, but I forgot to change it during the correction panel.
I think
We're trying to take out the flaws in the resolution.
Yeah.
So you think what are you trying to make an amendment?
Maybe.
Maybe not. There's already been talks about a speech against, so
But first we'll go through all the resolutions and then we'll see what we will do.
I really like the atmosphere. It's very English and I really like it.
Lovely hearing about how to get here, but I think it's going to be hard, and I really want to go out later on to just look around a bit.
As part so far, actually the committee meetings and meeting other people.
I hope that we can stay in contact with all these nice guys we met from all over the world. No, from all over Europe in that case, but yeah, that's what I really want.
Well, personally, I've enjoyed meeting new people from across Europe, and in some cases dispelling certain stereotypes, and in some cases reaffirming some of the positive stereotypes that we have about our European cousins.
We told jokes about other nations. Nobody was offended because every nation had their own jokes.
How have we lived up to our stereotypes? I think by being absolute lads.
I thought it was a stereotype, but actually I've met some people who really had word socks with their suits, and it was just kind of funny seeing that stereotype approved. I would love to study in Cambridge.
I'm not sure, why not? If it's possible, I would not say no.
I already have achieved what I have looked for, meeting new people, getting new friends, getting to know each other in other cultures. It's actually already a successful week for me.
In our school, everyone has to participate. I think that if you capture 20% of all the pupils, this is already a success.
Some of the people here consider us to be far more Eurosceptic than we perhaps are. I mean, the UK does have a reputation of being perhaps more Eurosceptic than many people from across Europe.
Dots.
We are on there. Come on.
Civilised, but in a hectic way.
So, Mr. President, what is lobbying?
Well, the delegates received the resolution pack today, and they've spent the day with, as delegations, scrutinising each resolution, coming up with points that they think are weak, points that are strong, points that they want to change. Now, lobbying is quite a chaotic process, as I'm sure you can see.
As if a day in Cambridge, followed by an energetic lobbying session wasn't enough, Wymondham College are this evening playing host to local band Weekend Away.
So here we are at the UA Congregation Hall for the first day of the General Assembly. It's been an early start, but we were raring to go.
The General Assembly is the process in which the committees defend their resolutions and fight to have them voted through. Thank you, Mr. Will. This is where the committee sits, and this is where they will defend their resolution.
This is where the delegates sit from the rest of the countries during the open debate. They have to pose questions to the committee to scrutinise the resolutions.
Both Will and I have the jobs of handing the microphones around so the delegates can be heard. If the delegates do not understand a question, they can raise their point of privilege.
If they want to answer a question though, they just raise a placard as has been protocol for the rest of the event.
Our point is aimed to give them a strong signal to finally reduce those emissions, because we are a committee on industry and research.
So my question is, why trade unions? Trade unions are known to be absolutely objective. They cannot be subjective. The Estonian delegation has voted as follows: 5 in favour and 0 against.
The French delegation has voted as follows: 4 in favour, 1 against.
The Slovenian delegation has voted 4 in favour and 0 against.
With 80 votes in favour, 43 votes against, 12 abstentions, this resolution has passed.
Grace, how is it going?
I think it's going okay. Oh, I'm really looking forward to the next one because it's women's right and gender equality. And when I was a committee president, I was committee president for that one. I have some emotional attachment to that one, so I can't wait.
Onwards and upwards.
Yes, onwards and upwards.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to introduce the Principal of Wymondham College, Mr. Melvin Rock. What do you think the significance of the MEP being held at Wymondham College is?
Well, I think it's, in a sense, it's nice that the MEP has come home to the UK. By coming home, I mean that, of course, many of the ideas we've been debating about democracy and human rights were actually originally British ideas.
Yeah, so do you think the atmosphere at the school is actually beneficial for the delegates?
What's been really nice is the ability for, in the evenings, for delegations and students from all the countries to come together and have a good social time as well, which hasn't been possible in other MEP locations where perhaps they've been living in different parts of a city.
And finally, as an educator yourself, how impressed are you with the language of all the other countries, how well they can speak English?
Well, I'm embarrassed, really. Embarrassed and grateful, because it's so good that we can actually get by with our own language.
Hello, it's Friday night. Welcome to the LCR Club Night.
As a reward for all their hard work throughout the week, a club night has been arranged on the UEA campus. Let's get in there.
Hello, I'm here with two members of Weekend Away who performed last night. So guys, how did it feel to perform?
It's awesome. It was really good, really fantastic.
With the massive crowd, they were cheering, the mosh pits, it was massive. It was the biggest gig we've ever seen at Wymondham College. These guys loved it and they want to perform again every single time.
Europeans are mental, they love it.
It's the final day of the General Assembly, but everyone is still in good spirits.
Some resolutions have passed, many have not, but everyone is determined to see it through till the end.
Votes against. 25 abstentions. The approval of the committee presidents, the approval of the candidate countries. This resolution has failed. That is unfortunately not in order.
We round off the proceedings with the closing ceremony and speeches from those in charge. Mr. Melvin Roth, Principal of Wymondham College.
Prime Minister Harold Wilson said, "A week is a long time in politics." Whilst Harold Macmillan said, "Events, dear boy, events. This has been a long week, and it has been full of events."
Mrs. Anna van Sminia, Secretary General of the MEP Foundation.
You should be a citizen of this world, because the world is looking at you, and you are the decision makers of the future.
And of course, Marcus Turner, President of this year's GA, the man who has kept us all in line throughout the past week.
It's a very sad occasion, but one that is tinged with happiness. I officially, therefore, declare the 38th International Session of the Model European Parliament closed.
Thanks, of course, are given to those without whom none of this could have been possible. It's a pleasure to now be here with the Secretary General of the MEP Foundation, Mrs. Anna van Sminia. Mrs. van Sminia, you mentioned in your opening speech about how MEP was not just a debate, but about delegates coming together to form solutions.
Yes, I always keep emphasizing that the Model European Parliament is not a debating contest. It is a discussion. And we have to find together solutions. And that means that you have to compromise. If real politicians would be listening more and talking less, the world would be a much better place.
Breathtaking.
and fantastic, and it was one of the most beautiful experiences in my whole life.
Which was the highlight of the week? Well, that's a difficult one because actually the entire week, it hasn't ended yet, was a highlight.
So it was really great. It was really nice to meet people from loads of different countries. That I thought it was awesome.
When I could do my my anti-amendment speech, so I was preparing myself for that a long time.
It's an unforgettable experience, I would say.
But it's all good fun, so thank you.
So we're finally here at Carrow Road for the gala dinner of the Model European Parliament. It's been a stressful couple of days with the General Assembly, but the delegates are finally getting a chance to relax.
I completely agree, Will. However, it hasn't all been stress. We've enjoyed Westminster, Cambridge, Norwich Castle, and finally Carrow Road, and it has been a truly memorable week.
It wouldn't have been the end of the MEP session without a few closing heartfelt remarks.
Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who, with me, account yourselves old, would you stand and propose a toast to those amongst us who are rightly accounted young, the delegates of the Model European Parliament, Norwich 2013, and the young people of Europe?
To all who have been involved in this week, to you.
The last and final hurrah of MEP Norwich 2013. So all that's left to say is cheers.
Back at the college, and it's time for final goodbyes.
How was your week? Listen! Shh! The honourable, wise, and highly experienced committee presidents.
The emperors of the universe.
Would like to put this resolution forward to the European Parliament.
Firstly, we would like you to address us as Mr. President.
Alarmed by the fact this is our last night together, and encourages, I know, and encourages everyone to have another drink and enjoy every moment of this last night. One last cheer, please. One last cheer. Mr. President, come on, please, come on.
We leave you in high-spirited company of a fully bonded Model European Parliament, celebrating a job well done and a hopeful future.
Cheerio!
We have been fortunate in receiving the support, both financial and practical, of a great number of people. The academic staff, the event staff, the catering staff have all been absolutely outstanding in their support, as have been the team from C Media under the leadership of Beth Dirks. So thank you to them.